Welcome to South Harmon.
Oh,
we made it.
We
made it.
And, Mike, did we make it? I mean, we made it to the... Listen, this was a crazy, absolutely insane week one. What is your... I mean, it's hard to have too many takes, honestly, but where are you at right now? How are you feeling?
Oh, it's always like week one, man. It's like everything that we ever experience. We go in with so much hope and optimism. We get to have some moments, some players that do us a solid, and then we have just an abundance of, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think the reason is we've been waiting for football for so long that it's almost, even if they weren't your players, there's somebody that went off. Although, plenty of duds too, buddy. Listen, I think we ripped the Band-Aid. We'll go straight into, to me, what is the craziest. You and I have been on this for a while, but we're going to go to the Jets and the Steelers. Although the Steelers did end up winning this game. Buddy, I mean, Justin Fields, if you don't know, now you know. I mean, dude, he played unbelievable. Kind of sickening how someone had to lose that game.
He's going to want that very last play back.
Sure
That's
will.
about it.
For
That's
sure.
it. Yeah, if he would have just put his head down and said, I got this, instead of tossing it out to Garrett Wilson. Tremendous play by Jalen Ramsey, too, to stick him like he did and knock that ball loose. But that's probably the only thing I saw out of Fields that he's going to be like, damn, should have had that one back.
Yeah.
Wish I would have had that one back. Absolutely incredible. If this is how the Jets are going to play offense this year, too, it's perfect for Justin Fields. And I don't know why more teams that he's played on haven't done this with him in the past. Yeah, they tried. You remember a couple years ago they did it. When he had his phenomenal year, right, with DJ Moore.
Oh, you're talking about 2023 Chicago? Yeah, sure.
We're gonna run the football. We're gonna let Fields create, and then we're just gonna funnel every target that we have available to our number one wide receiver, and that's how we're gonna play. And for whatever reason, everybody always wants to turn him into the next coming of fucking Tom Brady back there, and we want you to make reads from the pocket, and we want you to run this sophisticated pass. Stop it. Let him do his fucking thing. And when he does his thing, he is fucking electric for fantasy football. I know you and I have been on this train about Justin Fields, how he was a buy for this year. He's a cheap quarterback production that can give you QB1 weeks. How about the QB1 on the week to start the season?
Yeah,
fucked. We got it right away.
Listen, depending on the scoring, pretty vanilla scoring, he's number one. But he is a elite option this week, which I think is kind of interesting. Just I think about how the redraft narrative comes in, right? Now, granted, we're all projecting, but I mean, listen, I got in an auction I was doing, shout out to DB, Garrett Wilson, what felt like criminally low, right? Because all of a sudden he has a bad quarterback. Speaking of which, Mike, let's go ahead and just talk about Garrett Wilson. I mean, he's got a bad quarterback, right? So what are we going to do?
He's got that locker room connection, though. Ohio State days coming back.
Listen, I mean, I don't want to do anything crazy, but if only somebody was, making any sense. Listen, I've made plenty of nonsense, but where are you at with this connection right now? Do you think are you moving the needle? Are we already here, or do you think that it's time to push him up even a little further in Dynasty?
I think he deserves to go up a little bit higher than where he was, right?
I can get behind this, buddy. I can actually get behind this.
Top 10 consideration. How about that? Top 10 consideration. Because he just funneled everything to G-Dub. Just everything. 9 fucking targets.
Say that again.
The Malik Neighbors of the Green.
the Green Goblin.
The Green New York team.
Listen, this offense, to me, at least for fantasy, you might not like it for regular football, okay? And I won't fight you. But for fantasy especially, Mike, dude, this is going to be fun to watch, in my opinion. Now, you're going to have – don't get it twisted. You're going to have some Debbie Downer weeks. But stick it out, buddy, because these are the upside plays that you can have for both players.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was probably the biggest takeaway. I'm glad you started with this game, which is how good the Jets offense is going to be for fantasy, right? Very consolidated, just what we love. We're not spreading this fucking ball around a whole lot. Justin Fields at the quarterback with his legs. Garrett Wilson's the only real receiving option that showed anything worth a fuck. And then, man, they wrote Breece Hall off. Mike, back.
I was gonna say I'm glad I didn't actually take the time to make a Mason Taylor hologram because he didn't deserve one. But listen, Bray Allen did have a score, right? And Where are you at with this backfield for the record?
It was supposed to be Braylon Allen really cutting into it, and I even drafted a couple of teams this offseason with that in mind.
Bought into the narrative, yeah.
Bought in just a little bit, you know. And you and I on the trade show were talking about Breece Hall. We talked about him on the AMA, like how, man, this might actually be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. It wasn't. That shit was overblown. Breece Hall's still that dude.
I remember, what was it, week 3 or 4? Kind of having to have a talk with some people about this whole Braylon Allen experience. He's awesome. I like the talent. I like him, but it doesn't matter how worried you get about Breece Hall, and maybe they don't keep him long term. But Mike, I mean, when they're both playing, this is probably what it's going to look like. What do you have? 6 or 7 carries? It wasn't a lot.
6 carries, 9 yards. It's not a great average.
Well, it's just wait, Mike. It's going to happen. Okay. So Breece Hall, for the record, at least at the moment, say what you want, looks like the bell cow, frankly. So
yeah, and the only running back to get a target, the only running back.
And I wouldn't expect a lot of those come in with. If you saw how Fields was moving, like we don't need to check it down. Now he will if you need him to. Absolutely,
that's fine though. Like I will be completely comfortable if Breece Hall is getting 70-80% of the opportunities and then getting 3-4 targets a game. That's more than enough to maintain RB1 production pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's talk about this. I mean, Breece Hall 19 carries. That's tied for 3rd on the week. I don't know about you, but that's pretty good. Honestly, Mike, this is the offense. That's it. That's what you need to know. Okay, so we're gonna move on. Honestly, Mike, I'll tell you the truth. I didn't have, and I have not gotten all my Steelers holograms, especially Aaron Rodgers. And I'll just tell you, holy shit, buddy. We'll talk DK, but where are you at with this one? I did not see this coming at all.
No, I didn't see a 4-touchdown, no interception game from Aaron Rodgers. Surprise.
What is this, before COVID? I mean, what the hell's going on, huh?
A little bit of a bounce back now. He wasn't perfect. There were some rough spots, but he did his job. He did what he needed to, and he actually made Calvin Austin look somewhat competent.
I mean, Mike, I have a whole team to make of holograms. I mean, we got Calvin Austin. I mean, I don't know. Are we supposed to make Roman Wilson? Where are you at right now, honestly, with this team? And also, let's talk about Caleb. Let's go ahead and just talk about Caleb and Jaylen Warren right now.
I mean, what is there to talk about with Caleb? They pay Jaylen Warren, they draft Caleb Johnson, and Kenneth Gainwell's out here leading in snaps.
Mike, I'm trying to get to the theme here. The Jets was a good start. Mike, I have all the wrong holograms. Legitimately have all of the wrong holograms for this game.
That's fine. So I can tell you, please don't make Kenneth Gainwell one. I don't want to see that.
Can I tell you the truth, buddy? I've already – you know how many holograms I've made for today that I've never wanted to see? But, hey, what do you make of that, honestly, other than just – is this Arthur Smith just being Arthur Smith? What are we doing? What's going on?
That's about the only thing you could chalk it up to, right? Thanks, Arthur. Appreciate you, boss.
Thanks for grabbing Johnny while we're at it, Yeah,
this was fucking terrible. It was terrible. But they did 7 targets for DK, at least on the passing offense. You can go, wow. He should have caught a couple more, and he could have had more yards. He could have been well over 100 yards, but he had one terrible crossing route drop. Just absolutely disgusting.
Dude, that one was actually rough. Really rough. Yep.
Yep. But they're figuring out ways to get the ball to DK. Aaron knows where his bread's buttered, so that's fine. The running back situation is a clusterfuck. Jaylen Warren might be in flex consideration weekly, but outside of that, everybody else, no.
I would say he probably ends up being that. It'll be interesting to see if he has better target days ahead, but, whatever. It's kind of gross. Mike, let's talk about this. Is Patty Freiermuth in big trouble?
It really feels like that, man. They devised ways to get Jonnu Smith to football quite a bit. Pat Freiermuth is going to lead them.
Arthur Smith loves this guy, right?
Pat Freiermuth is going to lead them in yardage from the tight end spot, but that's only because everything they devised for Jonnu was like jet passes and bubble screens.
For this week, right? He's ahead of them by a few yards.
Yeah, I thought for sure that talent would stand out and Pat Freiermuth would rise to the surface, but after week 1, kind of like the running back room. I think I'm ready just to hit the eject button on Pat Freiermuth, man. Like, this is not good.
I mean, you already felt like the signs were pointing this way, and you were hoping that he would go against the grain, but I don't know. It's 1 week, but it's not looking great. To your point, man, I'll tell you one thing, Mike. This game, right, for many was slated as like the one you don't want to watch, the ugliest game, right?
And it was the most entertaining and the highest scoring.
The only two teams that got into 30s. I mean, what do we? Welcome to week 1. Just start, picking what you think is going to happen, and it's going to be the opposite. Speaking of which, Mike, let's talk about this, man. We'll start with Kyler because, first of all, he had the issue earlier today that he was, digestive issues and all the narratives of, oh, this guy's soft, he's not going to play, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I mean, the Saints are garbage, but and they, it was solid. I think he started hotter and he didn't finish as well as I'd liked him to, but he's still what is he, top 11 or 12 on the day?
Yep.
Just a back-end quarterback one, right?
Yep. And buoyed by his legs. Now it doesn't all have to be his legs. He only ended up with 38 yards rushing on the ground, no touchdowns, but still cheap QB1 production. The guy was just disrespected, just way too much. And the thing I'll probably take away the most from this game is his connection with Marv.
There you
does
go,
actually look night and day different than what it was last year. This is the best thing.
Listen, if you've been drafting the stack, wake your ass up and stop sleeping. All right.
5 catches on 6 targets, man. 71 yards and a touchdown.
Well,
and could have had one more.
To me, the thing was, Mike, that listen, he had that when Kyler threw for 150 yards. As well.
163, yep.
So,
almost half of his production went to Mr. Marvin Harrison.
And the other half went to Mr.
Trey McBride,
right?
Which is perfect. Like the Jets, you love these consolidated offense, man. You don't have to do any bullshit. There's one Tip Riemann sighting. We had 4 targets for Michael Wilson. We can get rid of that shit. Zay Jones had a target. Elijah Higgins had 2, and they threw 1 terrible tunnel screen to Craig Dortch. Now,
I'll admit this hologram coming up is the only Trey McBride I have, which is fire. And let's just admit it was not fire game for him. But he's going to be the focal point. Him and Marv, it looks to be very consolidated. And it wasn't a very good day on the ground, Mike. But Connor still looks to be the RB1 ahead of Trey Benson. Although Benson got 8 carries for 69. So where are you at with this whole thing?
Outside of that 52-yard run, Trey Benson was pretty ineffective. So
they both kind of were, really, right?
Yeah, this is going to be a theme throughout the recap. We started with one of the best ground performances with the Jets and Breece Hall.
We got it out of the way.
Just about everybody else in the league today had a massive fucking struggle running the football. So the Cardinals were no different, other than Trey Benson breaking off a 52-yarder.
Sure.
He looked better than he did last year. He didn't run into the back of any of his offensive linemen that I saw. So maybe arrow up.
Yeah, I was saying not even to be dismissive. He definitely does. It's also a low bar. At the same time, but
it wasn't very high one to hit.
All right, Mike. Speaking of a high bar, let's go ahead and knock this one out of the way. Spencer Rattler and the Saints, huh?
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Honestly, Mike, I feel like we could completely skip this whole thing, other than Juwan Johnson and best ball, which I don't have.
I will say this about Spencer though. There at the end of the game, man, he put a fucking frozen rope. Like you could tell Spencer Rattler has some ridiculous arm talent. Now, decision making and completeness of being an NFL quarterback, questionable, but the arm talent was. He put that fucking thing on a rope to Juwan Johnson.
Yeah, dude, Juwan Johnson. Listen, this is where in best ball, buddy, you just. Listen, stack the gross ones. I have a tight end that I really wish I had a hologram, Mike, and did not anticipate making one today. Like, just do that, man. Juwan Johnson, who would have thought Juwan Johnson 8 for 76 leading the day today, right?
Eric Van Eck is who?
He had them him leading the Saints. I saw some of the start sit. Wow, well done, E. Congrats.
Yep. From his solo episode from a few days ago, man. Eric hyping up Juwan Johnson. Good call. Great A-War tight end right there.
Oh, absolutely. Let's talk about the tried and true. Alvin Kamara doesn't get a lot done, but gets in the end zone, makes it. Honestly, I'm curious your thoughts here. Do you think this type of workload isn't going to be the old Alvin Kamara unless we see more uptick?
I think it's still going to be pretty close to the old Alvin Kamara because Kendre Miller looked inefficient, not the greatest, right? Mm-hmm. They refused to give him a bunch. But like I said, all the running games across
Devin Neal snuck in there for a couple carries, I think, right?
Yeah, he got 2, but that was about it, right? This is Alvin Kamara's rushing team for sure.
Sorry, I didn't hear you the first time. Thank you, but appreciate you tapping in. We'll
take bot viewers too.
Absolutely, we love the bots. I feel very much like a bot when I submit my lineup, Mike. When it's just what the hell am I doing out here? So Saints outside of Kamara and I mean Olave was this is my concern with Olave.
13 targets for him.
That's the craziest thing. Like we say, if you're talented and the opportunity's there, that's what you want to chase. And I mean, by the letter of the law, yes. I don't know. It just feels like this is the same story, rinse and repeat.
It is, and he was in and out of the lineup too.
I mean, it's like between what his production is and the heart races he gives you. Is he gonna come back? Like it's just I don't know. He's like that. He just disappeared for a second.
I just leave him in that wide receiver 2 category and move on with yourself.
And speaking of, this is this whole Shaheed thing. Like I don't know. It's very boom bust. Starting to be best ball-ish.
A lot more bust than boom.
All right, way to snatch my heart from me. Fine. Let's talk about a lot more bust than boom, huh? How about this whole Bengals team today?
Oh my God, Joe Burrow in week 1 is absolutely ass. This is years in a row.
Go look at his splits too. Now you're right, but also go look. I don't know what it is. The dude can get to the Super Bowl, beat it. He hates playing the Browns. He really does.
Yeah, well, I'd hate playing Myles Garrett too. Did you see that fucking shot he took from him? It's some of the scariest shit I've ever seen.
My shout out to Chris. He texted me Myles Garrett jumping off the line of scrimmage. I said, well, and I get it. He's always doing that, but because when he gets off that line, right, he's fucking laying somebody out in division. Listen, I'll live with it. All right.
He came around on that end tackle stunt there, and you get the end zone view of what Joe Burrow got to see, and I would have shit myself.
Let's just say all those shirts and some. Mike, this was crazy. Chase Brown was, I think, if not the leader in rush attempts, close.
The only running back.
Dude, and he had over 20 and didn't do and got nowhere. Like this
was. It was a nice touchdown run though. He bounced that baby back, so you like that. So it started great.
Dude, who would have thought him and Noah Fant carrying this team today, huh?
You know all those people out there who were questioning Chase Brown because of his advanced analytics and his efficiency wasn't very good? Mm-hmm. Week 1 did him no fucking favors for that.
I will say, dude, Mike, now, we had the panic with like A.J. Brown and, not saying people haven't left that, Devontae Smith. Is the same panic just never seems to catch certain teams. I mean, obviously, they're a pass-happy team, right? But like if you told somebody Noah Fant in his first game in Cincy is going to have double the amount of catches, same amount of yards as Chase and get in the end zone, they'd be fucking laughing at you crazy. T. Higgins led this team in reception yards, Mike, with 33.
I think the only big takeaway I have for the Bengals offense, and kind of like how I just dismissed the A.J. Brown Smitty thing, I'm going to dismiss this one too. Joe Burrow is historically bad in week 1. Next, we're on to whoever the fuck they play. I'd say on to Cincinnati, but they are Cincinnati. I think the most interesting one, Adam, here, and I'll give you some hope.
You'll give me some hope. I love what I'm hearing.
The splits between Gesicki and Fant were not relatively fucking close.
Well, no shit. Buddy, I'm trying not to get, but we're back.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew I could get it out of you.
I don't need him. I don't need much. I have 1 week. We are so fucking back, man. I fucking love it. Listen, I think here's what I will say too. I'm ready to turn the page on this whole. We're off of Cincinnati. Okay, how about that? And you want to know why? Can I tell you why? It's time to talk an awful lot of blow-ups, buddy. Where do you want to start? You tell me. How about Cedric Tillman? We were dissing on the draft thing. Huh?
Yep. Still ass, though.
Was he?
Yeah. Game-losing interception, man. All his
fault.
fault.
I was going to say, the only thing about this game is that I gave you all that bad stuff from the Bengals, and we find ways to lose this game regardless of our players. Turnover year in, year out. It's just a Browns thing. It's honestly insane. How did we lose that game? It's like we lost it 2-3 times. The energy in the stadium was awful. You could just feel it.
You lost it because Cedric Tillman and Jerry Jeudy can go fuck hookers tonight without condoms because they can't catch shit.
Well, I guess in a way that's true. It's also, if that's the case, I mean, damn, dude. They ended up being pretty decent. Now, I don't know I'd imagine no one's playing Cedric Tillman in the lineup, but Ricky P, Drake London, Lab McConkey.
Do you think, as a Browns fan, though, this is a game script that you're going to see again? Right, 45 pass attempts from Joe Flacco, who wasn't good. He wasn't good. Right, he was a lot like we saw in Indianapolis last year. He was not good.
He's been I will say he's been honestly, and when with us a couple years ago, really boom bust, honestly. Like, he's had plenty of games where he's pretty rough. So now, do I expect him to throw the ball 45 times? No. I mean, I didn't expect him to throw the ball 45 times this game, but they have shown, and Stefanski's shown at least. Listen, they made him the starter, believe it or not. With, I mean, this guy was on the couch in 2023, right? He's me and you. He's on the couch. They made him the starter over all these young guys. So I do think they are going to, at least until Quinshon gets back, probably have to throw the ball more than they really want to, personally. But 45 times, no, of course not. I mean, I would imagine and hope that's as high as it gets.
Really weird game script. You guys couldn't run the ball at all. I mean, most teams around the league couldn't run the ball, but you guys really couldn't run the ball. There was nobody fucking in your backfield.
Well, dude, I was going to say, well, that's fair.
You know how the Big Ten's like 3 yards in a cloud of dust? You guys were like 1.5 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about that is that it's a lot about the offensive line. And our offensive line, buddy, is just fucking putrid. I will say that for sure.
Pretty gross.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and talk about one more pass catcher.
Is this Harold Fannin thing for real?
We're gonna get to him. Let's talk Judy though. Where are you at with this?
Yeah, he wasn't very good.
He was honestly very, I don't know. He was hard to explain. He had a couple nice plays late in the game, but he also was seemingly MIA or drop. I don't know, just not kind of Jerry Judy like.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're like 5 for 66. Okay, that's fine, but it was pretty fucking abysmal for most of the game. A lot of drops, a lot of just. I mean, he kind of looked like George Pickens out there at times. Just didn't give a shit. The body language was terrible.
Mm-hmm. What you got?
No, I was gonna say just the receiver core all together. It was a really, really strange game from your Browns too, because you got Harold Fannin out here just siphoning every target away from David Njoku. Yeah. So what the fuck is this?
Legitimately. And he's I love it because his the overlay, his hologram doesn't even want to come up because, dude, let me ask you, do you think he's for real? I'm going to see if I can get it to come up because he deserves to have his come up today.
I don't know. He looked pretty decent out there. He looked pretty decent out there, and I'm like a notable detractor.
We'll talk through that. Why is that?
He's not a Raz guy for sure, and that's where you fucking start.
Thank you for being straight to the point on it, right?
You like that?
Yeah. I mean, well, here's what I'll say though about him. The reason his Raz score is bad is because of his height and weight, right? He also wasn't electric. He was mid at most of his measurables, but. Dude, he looks like he moves and plays faster than what he probably that's
a valid assumption. It is. The only thing I worry about, especially with it being week 1, and we're talking about a tight end from a smaller school who comes out. Yeah, there you go. A tight end from a smaller school who comes out and plays better than the incumbent starter that we all love. All right, that we all expect big things from. Is I feel like I've been down this road before. With Isaiah Likely.
I was just going to say, so
I feel like I've been here before.
That's what I wanted to get to, actually. Not Likely, but just in general. To me, I've never really had an issue with the talent. I'm a Raz snob just by process, but I've been rooting for the guy and want him to do well. But do you think is there reason to realistically, kind of like almost like Braylon Allen in a way, but at the tight end position? Like there's only so much to be able to do if Njoku's, as good as he is.
I think for dynasty purposes, Adam, like it's not going to get done anywhere. But I think I would buy for a third to fuck around and find out. But nobody's going to sell.
Not after today. No,
not after today.
You could have maybe gotten that done. I think before today.
But I'm telling you, man, if somebody came to me with a second for Harold Fannin, he's gone just out of process.
Okay, second, and he's gone already. Okay.
Yep.
I think that's because of the tight end position. I'd probably agree with you though.
I think it's just an easy one, man. Like, I'll let everybody else find out if he's for real or not. I don't know. You get 2-3 more weeks of this, then yeah, let's have that conversation. But after week 1, I don't know if I really want to get into it with him.
What about
And
what about the flip side? What about Njoku? Do you think that people might listen? It's not that long ago people were out completely on Njoku, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think that's
I don't
something
think I'm
that
ready
could come?
No. And
no. I'm saying yes. That's what I was actually getting to. Do you think there's a scenario where you'd be willing to buy Njoku for less than a first if it came about?
Yeah. I'll send a second for Njoku.
Are you? Do you think there's a chance that it's more split between these two, and that you don't want either?
There could be that possibility too, but listen, I know at the end of the day you're going to see Cedric Tillman with 5 for 52 and a touchdown, but I still don't think he's very fucking good. I don't think he's very consistent at all. So you might just see where they end up: Judy, Fannin, and Njoku, and this is our whole passing offense. And then dump downs to your boy Dylan Sampson, because apparently he's on that Kenneth Walker train from a couple of years ago where we're just going to catch 8,000 dump offs.
Hey, listen. We're going to get to him. Don't worry. But I did want to talk. I don't have a hologram for him. Rocket did get in the end zone, though, buddy. Color me surprised there. I did not, think
first
he would.
First rookie at the 2025 class to score a touchdown. Rocket Sanders.
Well, I will say, Mike, to me, one thing that is confirmed, I didn't make a Jerome Ford hologram. I got rid of it, and I'm glad I did, and I think we can kind of – well, let me ask you. Do you think Jerome Ford looked dust today, dude, honestly?
He didn't.
Not that anyone looked good. I think the offensive line was pretty rough, but
no. And really, yeah, like you said, nobody looked good, because if you take away Dylan Sampson's catches and how he looked when he caught the ball, when he ran the ball, he looked like shit too.
Well, I mean, here's the thing though. If you ask me, they count PPR. I mean, PPR, Mike.
Watching ball is life.
Ball is life. I mean. Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie. Top 10 on the week. Give me every one of the dump offs. I'll take every last dump off. I'm not a snob. I want points. Dylan Sampson, baby.
What are you paying for him?
I don't have to, buddy. That's the best part. I don't have to pay for him. I would honestly probably be willing to sell my shares. Mike, he's the highest owned player I have shares of at the moment. So let's see. Let's actually do a little lab. Would you sell for a second? I think you probably would, right? Any second?
Yeah.
Would you sell for a third?
You're pretty close there.
So, can I get clarity? Would you sell for a third?
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Okay. I think I can understand it, but I think right now, just coming off this game, I think the pass catching upside he might have is still realistic. Now, with Quinchon coming back, I think there's the upside for him being a bell cow is not there, but. What's up? Is it the chat here? This guy still in here?
Oh yeah.
I heard you snickering.
Put him in. No, I just put him in timeout.
There you go. I was gonna say, man, it was getting kind of crazy here. So I have him right now, Mike, in 8 leagues. My highest owned player. So actually, no, I got JSN in 9 now. Rome and Dylan Sampson in 8. So. Of my, roughly 20, I'm probably not buying, especially off this game, because it was good production, cheap production you could use, but I'm not overly optimistic after this, other than maybe there's some pass catching upside. But I'll tell you this right now: if this offensive line looks like this, and Flacco's kind of meh, I don't know if this offense is going to be all that great, honestly. At least this year, I think it's going to get better.
That's fair. You could be in for like H-N Light from last year,
Sure.
Not explosive at all. You're not going to get the rushing work, but you just get a shit ton of catches.
I mean, I guess that's the other question. Do you think with all the running backs looking pretty like there was nothing to have on the ground? I'm pretty sure everyone averaged under. Yeah, Jerome Ford averaged 1.3, Rocket averaged 1, Sampson averaged 2.4. Do you think that? I'm not saying the running backs don't have something to do with it, because they obviously do. Do you think that there's better days ahead for the rushing offense here, or do you think that it's just gross?
I think there's better days ahead for your rushing offense, for sure. And I would say that universally across the board with the league, like if you want to take the 10,000-foot view from it, last year you saw the year of the running backs, right? That was a response to, this shell zone coverage, right? Playing high safety fucking exclusively. I don't know about you, and I got to see the fucking numbers when they come out after week 1.
I saw a
shit ton. I saw a shit ton of single high man a shit ton of single high man in week 1. And
Remember
it was
we
like
talked about
teams
this maybe 2 years ago.
were loading the fucking box. We're like, fuck it, we're going to make these quarterbacks beat us. We're not going to get destroyed on the ground again. Kind of felt like a shift again, Adam. It felt like we're going back to 3-4 years ago.
Now you're making sense. They loaded the box on Dylan Sampson. That's why he couldn't get into the zone. I love what I'm hearing out of you.
On Dylan Sampson.
That makes so much more sense now. All right, Michael Penix. Speaking of making sense, how about when I told you, speaking of buying, way back in eternity ago, he's going to take over for Penix, or for, hopefully not for Penix, but for Cousins. Mike, what'd you think of him today?
He looked good.
Dude, honestly, this was the game that I was hoping to see somewhat last year, where it's like he put it all together to try to sell him in the offseason. But now it's like, holy shit, buddy, this is a great week.
You know what the highlight of the day was?
From him?
He was running. He was running. He was scrambling when he needed to.
He was a little bit mobile, you know?
And he looked good when he ran too, man.
Well, he looks good all the time. I don't know why he won't ever take that do-rag off. He just always has it on. He looks so good, though. You know,
he looks swagged out, man. They're at the end of the fucking game, man. They should have won this game. Right?
Dude, this is one of those things.
Gave it to him.
This is gonna hurt. Man. Someone losing that game is just brutal, and that's an in-division game. But anyway, Michael Penix, Mike. I'm looking at, standard scoring right now, and it looks like he's roughly, depending on what you have, 6.4 points. He's at quarterback 7 in this league I'm looking at right now. 27.2.
How about that 84 QER on the day, too? Michael Penix was balling.
Dude, and you know what's crazy is, I don't know, it looked like a lot of times in his first starts last year, it was just, hyper-focused to Drake London, and that wasn't really the case. Not that he didn't look at his way, but it was a little more spread out, man. He looked great today. This was encouraging to see, I would say.
He did. He was finding Bijan. He found Pitts a few times too.
Well, hey, listen.
What
up, Fizz? Listen, is this gonna happen?
Blow up.
Well, can I tell you why? But they've been writing him off. Mike, if you beat Trey McBride, who people are paying, you almost score Brock Bowers, right? I mean, come on.
Okay.
Is he back?
Okay.
This is the thing. We do this all the time. They go down, David Njoku. Then we get them go back up. I'm okay taking the guys on a dip. Hopefully I don't have to go as low as Noah Fant. But
that's fine. 8 targets. Wasn't bad. 7 catches, too. They needed him at the end, after they lost Drake London on what I thought. I mean, that was way close. I would have gave him that touchdown. What the fuck we doing, NFL? He should have had that touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, let me ask you. To me, this is a little bit, facetious. But at the same time, the workload was really encouraging, and he looked good. So where are you at with Kyle Pitts right now?
He was moving well. Still need to see it over multiple games, though.
Sure.
I've been fooled too many times.
You're not ready to just buy right back in? Are you serious?
No.
Come
on. If Fizz is, I still got that share. Come get him.
Damn it. All right, Mike. I keep wanting to bring back the unicorn. Every time I do, he shoots him down legitimately. All right, fine. How about Ray McLeod? Speaking of, uninspiring, but
no.
I just like to show you that I have a Ray McLeod hologram. Okay, so
I know.
Let's talk Drake London, and obviously we got to get to Bijan because Bijan looks fucking amazing, dude. Honestly,
he does. If only they could figure out a way to, open up some running lanes for him, that'd be great.
That would be nice.
He did all his damage through the air. Drake London, man, 15 fucking targets. Holy shit.
Well, that's why I wanted to say, I'm not saying he didn't look his way, but there was other people getting involved. But he does. Listen, he's been hyper focusing on Drake London. If these type of targets come, which we've seen him be pretty heavy with targets, but not quite to this degree. He might be top 5 in the league in targets at this rate. Honestly, with what you look at last year, the splits, it's crazy.
Yeah, you look at what he did with Penix to end the season last year, and then how he's starting the season. Holy fucking Santa Claus shit.
Yep, I only got eyes for you, Mike. That's what Drake London says.
Dude, this is a cheap version of Malik Neighbors, right? You're hyping Malik Neighbors up as dynasty wide receiver 1. If Drake London's getting this target share, right?
Yeah, this is the mother load. I mean, there's actually someone who sneakily got. We'll talk about, but listen, I think it's just deserved. Okay, this is him. We've been wanting him since the early days,
that
right?
Man. That guy.
Speaking of getting Arthur Smith out of here, That Steelers game isn't it nice? Let them free,
They get him involved in the passing game at least. You still don't like to see 10 carries for Tyler Algier, though.
Yeah.
Fucking stop.
But I think that's the point, though, Mike, is like, to me, if you tell me that Bijan Robinson has a blow-up game with 24 yards on the ground, hell, Dylan Sampson had more on the ground than him.
He did. But Bijan's just so good in the passing
100
game.
yards in the air.
Shout out Zach Robinson for figuring out how to get your superstar involved in the passing game, too. Unlike, what we hope Jonathan Taylor actually gets some targets. Bijan gets those targets, which is great.
What kind of show is this?
It's a prelude.
It's a well, Mike, you have anything else you want to say about the Falcons? I think the thing about the Falcons is Michael Penix looked really good today. I'm sure he will have bad games, but this was encouraging for all things Atlanta. Dirty Birds.
Yep. Almost pulled off the upset, man. Almost pulled off the upset. Falcons sneakily are going to contend for that NFC South title.
What do you think of Bucky today?
Trash.
Dude, he finished very well, but this is
every single person on that Buccaneers offense was garbage outside of Emeka Egbuka. It was horrendous for most of the day.
We'll get there. Don't you worry. But Bucky, to me, man, I don't know. I think to your point, there was a theme of just, like, I'm talking nothing going on the ground, under 3 yards a carry. But
nope.
I think there's better days ahead. But I don't know. To me, he was on the field quite a bit. We don't have snap shares yet, but that's going to be the big thing is, is he getting all the work? And if that's the case, I'll still, dip my toes in. He's just getting to a really crazy price in Dynasty is the reason I'm bringing this up.
I'm with you.
What about Mr. Baker Mayfield?
He was ass.
Yeah, this was yikes.
And you don't know how much of that is just week one and how much you take away from it. But two, that stat on there of him having 8 different fucking offense coordinators in the last 8 years he's been in the fucking league.
This is what it's like if you get drafted to Cleveland, okay? It's going to be bad.
Eventually they got to run out of replacement offensive coordinators in Tampa Bay that move on to head coaching jobs the following year, right? Is this it?
But here's the year? Baker, though, last year, too, it was similar where, like, it didn't matter what happened. He just kept defying the odds statistically. Like, for a bad game, he 3 touchdowns, no picks. Like, he still got it done in a way.
He did. Yep. He got it done at the end when it counted, I guess.
Well, and that's for sure. And that's because, listen, of one. Ball don't lie. Man, ball don't lie. Where are you at with Emeka Egbuka? Let's talk about it.
I mean, on his targets that he did get, good, and he looks the fucking part. I mean, the offense as a whole wasn't very good, and he saved him there at the end. What a fucking route, right? What a fucking route there at the end. He did his thing. Pro ready, for sure.
Dude, he looks... The thing about it is at Ohio State, I feel like they haven't had the best receivers when you look at like some of the elite guys, but they've had some really great pro-ready guys come out. And, dude, this was – I guess I'm curious where you're at. To me, if you were unsure, if you were hoping, like to see him play like this with this type of target load, I don't know that he has quite the top end speed of a BTJ, but this is the type of thing that it took BTJ a while to start earning those targets, and he looked really great when he got them. I don't know how you don't be excited. At least I'm. This is exactly what you wanted for your Emeka Egbuka shares.
Yep, that's the way you needed to start, right? Because if he came out and he was 2 for 30 with no Chris Godwin, right? Like in a game that was kind of up and down there for a while. That would have been a great start, but pretty good for all you guys who got Emeka Egbuka at the late first, early second, depending on when your rookie draft was.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not Mike Evans while healthy. I'm not telling you he's cliffing or anything like that. He'll be fine, but to me, I think there's a clear he can be very featured and coexist with Mike Evans. He looks. The thing about Egbuka too, I think, Mike, is he runs. I think you could put him anywhere. So I think he can very well, adapt to whatever comes back.
He caught that touchdown on the outside, the last one.
Listen, man. Hall is life. Ball don't lie. I'm. Where are you at with him right now in Dynasty? Where would you? I know you were a little
Same spot I was before, mid-20s.
Okay. Damn, this doesn't do anything for you in Dynasty?
Go ahead. If you want to move him up higher, by all means. I just say at that point, right after 1 week, if people want to pay me 2 first for him, go ahead. You take him.
No, I get that. I was just asking, so this doesn't move him at all for you in Dynasty ranking?
No, not really. I mean, we're 1 week into the season. I mean, how many times have we done this where we make wild swings after week 1 just to find out week 2 we were full of shit?
Sure. I mean,
it's nice. It was nice, and it was a good performance. I'm not going to take that away from him. And if you want to feel really good about your shares, go ahead. I'm just not gonna get all fucking crazy and like, oh, he's top 15 or he's top 18 now or whatever the hell it needs to be, right? You're starting to get into territory of actually sending away really, really good fucking players or bypassing really, really good value back because you're that excited about it. Like you think he's going top 5, top 8, top 12 trajectory. Too early to say.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's wide receiver 2 on the week, just like the number. I mean,
not bad.
Yeah, I would say definitely something to be excited about at minimum. So, if you're excited, I think it's okay for you to be excited out there. All right.
Yep, go ahead, be excited. I'm not telling you not to be. I'm also young enough to remember when Roman Dunze went off early last season, and I got ridiculously excited for it, only to be let down for the rest of the fucking year.
Yeah, did Rome? Did he went off? That's wild. But anyway, yeah, I get your point.
Yeah,
I mean,
week 3, wide receiver 7 on the week, 23 points.
Man.
Just saying.
Alrighty, gotcha. Fair enough.
Just saying, I've been down here before.
This is what Rome did last year. All right, fair enough. Hey, let's talk TreVeyon Henderson.
And not what you wanted to see, right? Not the usage that you wanted to see, too. With Ramondre getting a lot of the third down work. Ramondre getting out there and getting targets. Like, holy shit.
I think if you didn't think this was coming, though, at least early on, that's kind of being – I mean, we would have loved to see him just come in and be a bell cow early, but that's probably wasn't very realistic.
How about a tale of 2 rookies here, right? Like both guys steamed up, hyped up. One of them actually delivered. But TreVeyon is more what we usually see from rookies early in the season, right? TreVeyon is more like, all right, it takes time, okay? Now, I'll say this. The kid's got some fucking juice, man. He does have some juice. And I think by the end of the season, you're going to see him being pretty, pretty fucking dangerous. So, on the contrary, right, if people want to overpay for your Emeka Egbuka right now, but they want to sell you a TreVeyon on a discount after week 1, those are the kind of ones that you should be jumping on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if there's a discount on TreVeyon Henderson, I would be in on that. I think the encouraging thing was that he got the passing volume, and I think the thing about him with his pass protection is that will probably come. Although I think we should probably early in his rookie season still might expect a lot of this, where you can't really depend on the volume per se. Really all I would say with him. But I'm not worried about his talent or. Mike, I mean, listen, do you want to talk Pop Douglas? I mean, what do you want to discuss here?
Kayshon Boutte.
Damn it, I had a feeling you wanted to talk about my booty, Damn it.
Yeah.
All right. What did you think?
Back.
What did you think of talk to me about the passing game here. What did you think of that for New England today?
8 fucking targets for Kayshon Boutte. 7 for Stephon Diggs, so he was right there in line with him. But we expect Diggs to be up towards the top. I don't think a lot of people had Kayshon Boutte up there.
No, I mean, I think when you look back at it, if it's an aberration, it could make sense. But if he's getting alpha level targets throughout the season, that would be
it'd be something.
Santa Claus shit, right?
It's at the expense of all my Kyle Williams love. So that part kind of sucks, but
yeah. Speaking of that, right? He had did he have a catch?
One
right?
target.
One target. So he caught the one target. Yikes. Yeah. Okay.
Which T-Rock and I disagreed on Start Sit this morning about him or Keaton Mitchell.
You and T-Rock disagree?
But don't worry, I was still right. I'll take my 1 target, 1 catch for 12 yards over Keaton Mitchell, healthy scratch, motherfucker.
No. Damn.
Got him.
That's tough scene.
Healthy scratch.
Well, It's kind of like what was it? Was it Laviska Shenault? Who was the Myles Gaskin and Laviska Shenault? You and I once argued about back in the day, where
it turned out neither of them mattered.
It didn't matter who won because we both lost. Is what happened, right?
No, it didn't. Nope. Fucking bad.
With Pop Douglas, is there any actual intrigue there or no?
No, not really. I mean, he had 7 targets, 2 for -2 yards. That's. You get 7 targets and finish with -2 yards receiving. That's
is he
something.
Pop? Is he Pop? Remember you told me he had to earn that nickname. I just want to talk about Pop Douglas with you.
I called him Pop this morning too. That's getting changed though. It's now DeMario again.
That's fair. What about listen, I think let's talk about actually not very exciting, but let's talk about Hunter Henry, right?
Just old standby. Another A-Warp tight end, man.
Isn't this just kind of what you do though with the A-Warp tight end? You take the cheap one and you just keep rolling them out there, and you hope you kind of keep pace with the field.
Hunter Henry and Juwan Johnson will be feeding my dynasty teams for years to come, it feels like. They've already done it for 2 years in a row. Might as well fucking get another one in here.
Listen, I've had plenty of teams lose, so I'm not going to really debate how they score points. I'll take it. Now, obviously, I might not be excited, but speaking of excited, how about we get to...
You just got to build your fucking dynasty teams out that way, Adam, where it's like, this is the best I got.
What about Jacoby Myers? Want a contract? Coming out and listen. Speaking of people don't treat him much. He just did get squeezed out of the top 12 now, so he's not quite a wide receiver 1 in the league. But 8 for 97. I think it was wide receiver 13 for the week. So when I made I will say when I made this, he was a top 7 receiver. So I still give him fire, but it was a good game, not a great game.
We had a tough question this morning on Start Sit between him and Michael Pittman Jr.
Oh, did you stay on your boy or did you go to your other boy?
I did. I didn't fucking leave. I didn't leave. We'll get to that one though.
We will.
But
it's coming.
Hey, he couldn't have gone wrong with either one. So Jacoby still wide receiver 1 in there, and I don't know what this. Apparently Brock Bowers is fine off this knee thing, but he missed time there at the end of the game. So looks like it's going to continue. Because the rest of the wide receivers were just kind of, wow, we got a Trey Tucker touchdown. You had a couple. Shout
out CBCA High School. I was going to say that would have been a little. I was going to be excited, but let me ask you about the young rookie that everyone's all excited about.
Deontay Thornton.
Yeah,
2 catches, 45 yards on 4 targets.
No, I just mean does this keep the excitement going, or what is the? I feel like the expectations for him were not very high.
It didn't bury
it. That's what I mean.
He did more than Jack Besh, who was
Well,
drafted in the 2nd round.
yeah, Jack Besh is looking like an RIP type deal, right? So far,
Right.
so bad. He didn't do a lot, but I think there's better days ahead. I think he's probably going to be a little bit more boom or bust. But if Jacoby Myers stays here and Brock Bowers is here, it's going to be tough to probably have a lot to eat, frankly, right?
Yeah, especially with Geno Smith throwing you the football in a Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly offense.
Speaking of early,
Chip called himself a pretty hell of a game, if you ask me. So
Sure.
Maybe he's got more influence than we think. But Pete Carroll will probably still get in the way at some fucking point and piss us all off.
I mean, give him time, right? But
give him time.
What do you think of Jency today? Speaking of early
I want
draft
people
capital.
to keep that same fucking energy, right? It was split on Amari and Hampton on Friday night, was it not? People were talking about, wow, yeah, I saw some really good things out of him, and then you had another half of Twitter that was losing their fucking mind about like, oh, you guys really hyped this dude up, he's ass, or whatever the fuck it was. Genty was objectively fucking worse. like I don't know. I didn't see a whole lot of burst out of him. Now maybe it's just first game. He did get the touchdown, but
sure. I feel like when I've been watching, I agree with I do agree with the point you're making. You don't see a lot of bursts, but I also feel like, man, maybe this is going to be really tough because it feels like they're getting his hands on him, hitting him early. He can't really get going, honestly. It's
Raiders'
kind of
offensive
brutal.
line wasn't that great either. So
Fucking brutal. Now, granted, that's kind of, like to your point, been the story of the league. Geno Smith, I think we can kind of leave the hologram alone, okay? What'd you think of him, though, honestly? Just the same old Geno, kind of?
Yeah, mid, right?
There you go.
Make some plays, but he also, he makes some that you're like, what the fuck are you doing, right?
What the fuck happened? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. The hell's
going on? All right. Let's talk about the you know what? Why not? Let's talk about. We'll start with the Dolphins. This was not really a fire game for him.
No, this was disgusting, man.
Dude, 30-8 to the Colts.
It was fucking terrible,
when
man.
I looked up at the scores, 30-8. What the hell's going on?
All of a sudden, the Dolphins have entered the chat of number 1 overall pick. That's how bad this was. You
know what's weird? I actually heard a few people, talking heads, kind of saying dark horse to finish pretty rough this year. Miami.
Damn. Okay.
And I was kind of like, it feels a little bullish. Now it's 1 week. Okay, I'm not ready to write their season off, but it's also not. Bad. It's not very good start at all.
Can you tell me one thing they did well?
No, if you're going to use that term, no.
The only person on this whole fucking offense is the guy up on the screen that we even need to worry about talking about. And it's just because the whole team was so fucking bad. He did nothing for 3 fucking quarters. And then at the end, when the game's a blowout, it's like,
you know what's crazy though?
Garbage time, Chan.
This was actually this was honestly a lot of last year though, because especially when Tua was hurt, right? So
yes, but Tua's healthy.
Now
looks like he's hurt.
Well, speaking of healthy, so is Tyreek, right?
You're probably gonna have to change that jersey to a Chiefs one, by like midweek, I think. It doesn't feel like he's long for this team. Then vote him captain. Talked about how he was going to fucking retire at the end of last year. He wanted a trade. He wanted out. They welcomed him back. He said he had to earn it, and then he goes out, puts up a dud. Tua plays god-awful, terrible, disgusting. The whole team looks in disarray. Tyreek is off this fucking team one way or another. He might A-B it. He might just jersey off, peace out at halftime.
I think a lot of times people are a little overly critical of Tua personally, but I do think like today it was rough, man. Honestly, like if this was to continue, it's rough, man. Honestly.
The thing I'm most upset about out of everything, right? Not even the Tyreek thing, but I let some people talk me into Jalen Waddle in 2025.
No,
all right, maybe yep.
Not you.
I got talked into Jalen fucking Waddle, and of course, like.
Listen,
he hurts his shoulder. He doesn't do shit. Doesn't show up to the game.
I can't get you to send a flyer pick on some guys that I like. You're back in on Waddle. What the hell's going on?
I know this was bad.
What did I do to you? Tell me.
This is bad. Number 1 overall team right here. They made the Saints look competent. Like Tua Tagovailoa made Spencer Rattler look like a good quarterback.
I mean, that's.
Wow. Do you got to guess at what Tua's QBR was for today?
No, because I don't want to be that.
Give me
negative.
A number.
I don't want to be that negative.
Give me a number. It's 0 to 100.
Like close to 0, like 15. I don't know.
Worse.
Worse
2.7.
I thought I was being kind of bullish with 15, like I'm shooting too high. Okay.
2.7. Zach Wilson comes in, throws 8 passes, gets a 16.5.
Now that's also maybe a little bit, disingenuous, but nonetheless.
Start Zach Wilson.
Mike, are you ready to have some real fun, though? You ready to talk about the Colts as a whole?
Yeah, let's talk about Danny Dimes out here looking like a fucking savant.
Well, speaking of which, I mean, there's people that are saying, well, the reason is because of the promised one, Tyler Warren.
All right. Good. I'm glad you brought this guy up.
Well, you knew I had to, right? I didn't have a choice.
So I do got to eat shit. The fantasy production was phenomenal from him today. Phenomenal. Here's a little cold water. Call me a sourpuss, Debbie Downer, take lock, whatever. I'll take whatever fucking hate you want to throw at me.
You need to see a little more of it. Okay, fair enough.
I'm not saying just see a little more of it, but I'll give you one stat that was pretty alarming with Tyler Warren today.
Okay.
His 8 out of 5.7. Amongst all tight ends last year, that would have been almost the worst out of starting tight ends.
Sure.
So when they're showing it on the broadcast, I haven't watched any all 22 on it, to see everything. But my biggest concern with him was, could he run real routes and get real separation when he needed to? Everything I saw, at least when they were showing the broadcast today and showing the highlights on Red Zone, was underneath routes, was a crossing route, was get him out in the flat. I didn't see any real catches from him that were like, go out and run a fucking dig, go out and run a post, go out and run, run this hook route and get separation, make yourself available to the quarterback on third down. It was all manufactured shit, which was what we saw last year at Penn State. Which, if that's how they're going to run their offense for the entire year and figure out innovative ways to get him the football like that, then yeah, I'm going to look like a fucking asshole at the end of the year. But just a little bit of cold water, if NFL teams take that shit away from him, and they're like, oh, we should cover him out in the flat and not let him get his hands on the ball because he is a fucking monster with the ball in his hands. I mean, he is like a 6'6" John Riggins out there when he gets the ball in his hands. It's crazy.
He's a unique breed when you see him.
Which I never shat on him for that. If you go back and watch that film breakdown of him, my biggest concerns were, can he actually run real routes in the NFL? And still, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. I think definitely I think that probably was a concern all along. I think the thing is, though, Mike, if you're telling me right now, let's say he got a bunch of these manufactured touches like you're saying. But, Mike, you're telling me he's going to get 150 targets right now? Like,
yeah.
Fuck. Tight end premium? Sheesh. Cheap
That's
and
a lot.
ugly. I'll take it, though, So
as another shitty tight end that I hate scores a touchdown.
Which one now?
Dalton Kincaid.
I should have known. Well, I wasn't. I should have known because Likely's not playing, right? So
Because Likely's not
damn
playing.
it! I should have guessed that. All right.
Process of elimination.
Well, Mike, I figured we'd start with that. Now, to be honest with you, I didn't know which would pain you more, and I tried to give you the lighter one first. So let's, buddy.
He's on fire!
The only thing that kept Danny Dimes from like quarterback one territory was fucking Justin Fields' heroics.
Yeah. Danny Dimes is out there doing his thing, man. He was doing his thing. Got to give him props.
I'm not sure what the thing is, but he was thinging it. Like it was. Speaking of it, the low ADOT, I mean, that was a lot of what he benefited from, right? But he didn't have many incompletions. It was
Nope.
and it just kept kind of getting it done. Now I don't know if this is because Miami's just seemingly in disarray, but he also, Mike. This is the thing. I'm not going to call him Konami, but if you're getting 7, 8, 10 rushes a game, it's a nice little floor boost. So
And quarterback sneaks down at the goal line.
Nope. Listen, they don't even need A-Rich for that. It's Danny Dimes season, right?
Danny Dimes season.
What do you make of this, honestly? Just try to get listen, give people the real. For once, just tell them exactly how you feel.
Again, it was very impressive from him, right? Like he must have picked some shit up from Kevin O'Connell there at the end of the season, being with the Vikings, right? The QB whisperer, Kevin O'Connell. He looked good. He looked good. Now, my only hesitancy is kind of like when I talk about Roma Dunze. I've seen this shit before. Remember like 3-4 years ago with Sam Darnold on the Panthers, right? Like I've been fooled before on hot starts from mid-ass quarterbacks.
To be fair, okay, there's a cost where we should always, let's have some common sense here. But what is that price? I don't think anyone's paying that anywhere near that yet.
You don't think anybody?
Not yet. Now, if he was to continue this for a few weeks, yeah, I think you maybe see that. But
if he costs a first, fuck no. If he costs a second, fuck yes.
But what's interesting about that? I feel like at the quarterback position in Superflex, that's the conundrum. People don't want to pay a liquid first, like for almost anybody. And if it's a second, it's like, oh, what are you talking about? They act like a second's irrelevant. So I think you're probably right, though. His performance
does not do me any favors for my A-Rich takes. That's for sure.
Well, that's the thing about it is maybe
the Colts knew what the fuck they were doing.
I'll say this, that Mike, there's only I've seen Danny Dimes play a handful of times. This, I imagine, is only worse to go from here. But we're here, right? Let's keep the rookie hype train going, buddy. What do you think, huh? Krosky Merritt.
Hey, Bill.
Lil Bill. I'm not quite ready to do the Bill thing yet, okay? I need time on that. But
just one more thing on the Colts. You didn't put him up there, right?
Okay, sorry.
I told you all about
Dude,
Michael Pittman
I'm sorry.
Jr.
Hold on. Wait.
Mike. You guys all called me fucking an idiot and an asshole and whatever else.
Let me say that's my bad. And
that's
I
my
should absolutely not. I should absolutely not have done that. I got the fire hologram for you because that was it was a fiery, bald take, right? Very bold take of him. You're saying he's ahead of Egbuka, right? Now, granted, you kind of at least talked about why, but you were basically saying, listen, I'm way ahead of consensus on this player, and he went out and balled. if Danny, this is the thing. If Danny Dimes can play anywhere near like he did today, somewhat consistently, Pittman's going to have a chance to be a value for sure.
He's the fucking alpha of this passing attack. And I told somebody to start Josh Downs this morning, and I apologize for even drinking that fucking Kool-Aid. Listen, I like Josh Downs coming out. Adam, you like Josh Downs coming out.
I can't believe I almost forgot Pittman. That's my
If
bad.
Michael Pittman Jr. doesn't have a fucking broken back, nobody's talking about Josh Downs. And guess what? It's week 1. Michael Pittman Jr. doesn't have a fucking broken back, and we're not going to be talking about Josh Downs.
Can I give you the cold water I think that people will be pouring?
Sure.
Is he just going to kind of be, to have a really good week, be touchdown dependent? I think that's what I'm not saying that's the case, but I feel like that's what I've been kind of Twitter sphere, which is a lot of garbage, right? But
that's fair.
No, I mean, listen, I don't know if you get 80 yards, you think that's a bad week. I don't know what to tell you, but
yep. Here's the one I like: 8 targets, on pace for 140 this year.
No, I mean, listen, I think Pittman's, when healthy, he's been kind of in that safely 130, 140 range all the time, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You saw a ceiling. You saw a ceiling 2 years ago when he was at 150.
Yep. And I apologize I did not mean to dismiss the kid. All right, so let's get back to Bill.
My biggest win of week 1 right there.
That Mike, not intentional. Sorry about that, because that was a good call. Okay. And I think in best ball, I had him in a handful of spots because he has become so cheap. But let's get to Bill, Lil Bill. All right, what did you take of this game from him? And we'll get to your boy J-Day too.
It's almost impossible for him to live up to the hype that we built him up to. That's
why.
And yet he did.
Mike, I made a hologram for him because I knew we had to, but I did not think I would have to make another one with the blow up when his stock has done nothing but go up since inception, essentially, right?
Yes. And then on top of it, it wasn't just by sheer volume. It wasn't like he lucked into the end zone. 42-yard. He broke one off.
But he looked. Can I tell you? I think he looked really good today.
He did. Austin Eckler's probably still going to lead them. You know, if you want to look at like total snap share, total touches, because he's a vet. He pass blocks. He can catch the football. He does everything. He's underappreciated. Austin Eckler is, but Bill's going to have this fucking backfield, right? Bill's going to have this backfield probably after this week.
Doesn't everything we've been hearing, seeing, it all really aligns to they believe very strongly in this kid, and that's why the B-Rob thing got us.
Some fucking people out there try to push Chris Rodriguez off on us, and he was a healthy scratch.
Can I tell you, Mike, that there's honestly anymore, because I get so much shit wrong. I'm rarely like push back strong. Someone gave me that in a live stream the other day, and I'm like, I feel like I've been not drafting Chris Rodriguez for how many years? Like almost since no, stop it. So yeah, we knew that wasn't a thing. Where are you at with Bill? Where are you putting Krosky Merritt right now? Does he go up the ranks? I mean, I feel like it's a little appropriate.
I mean, he was back end of like starting running back territory. You know what I'm saying? In my dynasty ranks, where he was like 30, 31, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I
think you got to push him up, especially with this Commanders offense, which again had a little bit of struggles, like a lot of teams week 1, but still, I mean, you want to talk about running performances on the ground. Almost everybody sucked across the board, yet you got Bill out here with 82 and a tutty.
Yeah.
RB 24 now? Like somewhere in that range?
I was going to say, I think you can comfortably put him as a high-end
back-end
RB2. Back-end RB2, yep. Yeah. You know, depending on what players you have there.
I'm with you.
But I think, I'll tell you this. You want to see what the keep trade? We'll talk Wednesday, buddy. Watch what keep trade cut does to this thing. Okay?
They're going to go nuts. They're going to go nuts.
That's absolutely not even in the range of outcomes, that number. Buddy, I think the one that I want to talk about, which was I did not also expect to see a blow. Debo Samuel today had a whale of a game, no?
Fuck yeah, let's go Fizz.
I got a blow up for him. I'm going to put him on the screen just all normal and shit first, but let me find that blow up hologram, man. Dude, I didn't want to say he was dust yet, but he to me, he was starting to feel like an asset that's trending downwards. This was a great game for him. Great to see if you have Debo shares for sure.
Yep. And then you see the San Francisco game in the afternoon and you go, wow, it's almost like they could have used him quite a bit. Quite a bit.
There was a lot of – yeah, I mean, I don't think I think a lot of it comes down to the money. But, yeah, there's no question. And this is what happens when you pay a quarterback versus you don't. You got a guy like Jaden Daniels and you're not paying him. I mean, this is It's foul money, buddy. Legitimately, right?
You can afford to have a Debo on your team, which is nice because he adds a new dimension to that offense. Now we'll see how it works out when they get Terry back into the game plan because he was kind of non-existent. Zach Ertz was just kind of Zach Ertz. He got a touchdown, so it was whatever.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But they figure out their running back position with Bill and Eckler split, and then they get Debo and Terry cooking. Holy shit! I thought J-Day was good last year. This offense could be something really special.
Let me do Debo proper and give him a true blow up. By the way, Chasing Breakers had a good question here. Would you flip Fields on a rebuild after this week? And what are we looking for? I mean, on a rebuild, I definitely think I'm flipping him personally.
I think I'd settle. Just give me a first, right? And I think you can probably get that.
If you can't get a first today, maybe I'm not selling him on a rebuild.
Oh.
Yeah, if I can't
you could
get
probably
a first,
get a toss-in. You could probably get a toss-in player too. Like pick one of these rookies that did nothing. Besh, Kyle Williams, something along those lines.
Sure. Yeah, I feel like the rest of it. Listen, J-Day and Terry they're going to be fine. I'm not, they're going to be great, honestly. But there's exciting things, and honestly, to me, there's not enough discussion about. I think this is just exciting for all things Washington Commanders, personally, including fantasy.
Yep.
So,
yep. And that defense balled the fuck out too, man.
Yeah, they could end up being pretty scary here, Mike.
They very well could be.
I
don't think their championship run last year was an aberration.
Interesting, because it is kind of to go back and young rookie, that's kind of hard to repeat. But at the same time, I'm with you. They look the part. They do.
They looked apart against one of the best defensive lines in the entire fucking league too, in the Giants. Like the Giants can. Brian Burns. Abdul Carter, that is fucking scary. Sexy Dexy up front. That is nuts. Kayvon Thibodeau, that was nuts. And yet they held up on the offensive line. They did enough, and they didn't really play a close game with the Giants. This game wasn't fucking close ever.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of scary, that would be to me you just see all three of them here. And Malik, I have as a fire, but in the old number. But listen, buddy, he's going to get a lot of targets. It's just going to happen. But this was gross. This was really gross. This was really gross. New Year, today.
Same dog shit for Malik Neighbors, right? Like this poor fucking guy, man. Start Jackson Dart immediately. Jesus Christ.
Well, the thing about it is, I talked about this with the breakdown of him. Like, Russ, whether he believes it or not, is going to be on a short leash because they have a tough-ass schedule, and they don't really have any help on this offense. So if he's not playing well, he's going to look like he's playing really bad. And I'm not saying he wasn't playing really bad, but I'm saying it's going to look even worse because there's just not much talent on this offense. And at that point, what are you doing? Playing Russell Wilson, right? Like, what are we doing here?
Tua is the only thing that saved Russ from being the worst quarterback this week.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What about Tyrone Tracy?
Kind of what I expected. Not against like this. I didn't know if this Washington defense was going to be as good as they were last year. Like I thought if there was any part of Washington that would regress back to the norm, it wasn't going to be the offense. It was going to be the defense coming down.
Yep.
The Washington's defense fucking played lights out, and it was tough for Tracy, but he led them in touches. Scattaboo did almost fucking nothing, man. Like his highlight is one pass block rep. That was Scattaboo's fucking entire highlight reel. It's Tracy's backfield until they tell us otherwise.
I do think that will eventually he'll start to get more reps, but even then, what is that? I mean, it was not even close as far as the reps go. Redraft, I'm putting him on suicide alert.
All the things that we didn't really want to talk about, like it kind of felt faux pas to like knock a guy like Scatabo for his lack of athleticism and then him dodging the testing, right?
Sure.
Like dodging, running the 40 and that kind of stuff. I tell you, when he's out there and he's carrying the football, he looks like a fucking fullback, man. He doesn't look like an NFL running back from an athleticism standpoint. It doesn't look like he is that kind of athlete to be an NFL running back, which is kind of scary. Now, could that change if it's against a different defense that wasn't playing as well as Washington? Sure. And maybe it's just a rookie jitters. I don't know if I'm like on Scatabo. I don't know if I'm ready to be like, well, it was just early in the season. Give him time. Like I'm leaning even more towards the Tyrone Tracy's got this backfield.
Now, Mike, I just want you to think about this though. This is why I'm still now. This is not a game that you were hoping for neighbors, okay? But like, to me, this is again, we'll talk gross, the upside of gross. Like, this is probably what a gross game looks like for him, honestly. Like, this offense is they consolidated targets to him and Wan'Dale Robinson. They had 20 targets between those two guys. Like, there's nothing else on this offense. It's nothing. It is really going to be a gross year, but we'll see what happens there. We got a handful of games to get through. It's getting kind of late. You want any ones you want to talk through in particular before we bounce? We have like we got like 5 games left actually.
We'll just give you some quick hitters, right?
All right.
On the ones that we didn't touch on.
Let's talk about Packers-Lions quickly.
Yep. Lions, they did not look very good coming out of this whole post-Ben Johnson thing.
Yeah, I wish Gibbs – can we get Gibbs in the other number? Can we get the whole offense back to what it once was? I mean, he still was really good, but I don't know. It's just
but he was on that Achane thing. There was no creativity out of the offense. They just paid J-Mo last night for whatever god-awful fucking reason, and he did nothing for him. But even Amon-Ra, outside of Sam Laporta, was about the only thing on the offense other than Gibbs' 10 catches that was worthwhile. Jared Goff did not look good at all. The whole offense looked terrible. But, again, Green Bay Packers have one hell of a fucking defense. They had one hell of a defense before they got
They had one prior, and now they're kind of a little bit of a different animal.
Which I think kind of explains why the Packers felt like they were ready to make that move and willing to give up first-round picks and Kenny Clark because they feel like they're ready. They're Super Bowl contenders, which after week 1, I can't fucking knock them, man. Because on the flip side, Jordan Love was out there fucking dealing. Josh Jacobs did his normal thing, just being the fucking hammer. But Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed with a broken foot. I don't know if he really has a broken foot. You couldn't really fucking tell. He looked okay.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Mike, the whole Lions offense. Again, kind of there was plenty of players. The Eagles, the Bengals. Like, I'm not writing them off, but it was there wasn't any juice coming out of this fantasy team.
Nope.
Now, listen, let's talk of the Green Bay side.
You didn't see anything really out of the rookie Matthew Golden, which sucked. Like, you hoped for something, but
I did hope for more. But I mean, I was kind of, to be honest, my expectations are still that he's going to be a little more boom bust, and I would have liked to seen the boom early, but I'm not overly worried. Are you?
Nope. It's still kind of like same old Packers pass catching weapons where we don't really know who the fuck it's going to be. You just know Romeo Doubs is the cheapest, and you could probably rely on him the most.
This is
the same story as last year.
That is the problem, though, Mike. Listen to these targets, right? 5 was the leading leader in the clubhouse for the wide receiver position, Jaden Reed. 4 to Doubs, 2 to Wicks, 2 to Golden, 1 to Savion Williams. Like, buddy, we're going to have a hard time getting fantasy points, let alone picking who we want to have fantasy points. And Tucker Kraft, I believe, was at 4 or something like that. So it was just –
Yep.
What'd you think of Jordan Love today, though?
He looked good. He had a couple passes that I'm sure he would have liked back. Some overthrows that could add some bigger plays, but he was out there putting zip on the ball. He looked good. He was spreading it around. He looked calm. Didn't look like the Lions defense got to him at all. No. Fully healthy Lions defense now too, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Let's go ahead and talk. There's a couple games. Which one do you want to get to? You want to talk about the Frisco and Seattle game?
I'll just go right down the fucking list here, Adam, and I'll give you some quick hitters so we can get out of here at a reasonable time. Travis Etienne, far overblown his demise. Tank Bigsby's fucking rip. Same shit. Yeah, hope you didn't buy into him. That shit's done.
Bye-bye.
No one gives a shit, right? Travis Hunter, heavily involved, although the ADOT was disgusting. It was all like, you remember Zay Flowers rookie year? That's kind of what you're doing. On a good note, he played almost entirely on offense, right?
I was going to say this. Look, I made the defensive hologram. He's a defensive back, right?
Brian Thomas Jr., 7 targets, 1 catch. Ouch. Like, that
now, what do you make of that? Because it was such a big catch.
Yeah. We're good.
No, I mean,
I love BTJ, but he got to fucking ridiculous, like knocking on the door, top 6 territory. And then they drafted Travis Hunter, and I went, we should have a conversation about this.
Do you think this week's more of an aberration, or do you think that this is something? Okay.
Could be. But listen, it's lining up with everything that we were knocking. It was lining up with everything we were knocking against him, right? Travis Hunter being involved, and almost all of his production last year coming with Mac Jones, not Trevor Lawrence.
Buddy, let's talk about the Panthers as much as I hate to.
Bryce Young looks like early season Bryce Young last year. He
like what the
fucking terrible.
is it? Anytime he gets the supposed reins and has no worry, he just like what are we doing here, man?
Honestly. I don't know, man. Hopefully he gets this shit back on track and end of season Bryce Young comes back. Because
where I only took I believe I actually kind of forced waiting quarterback, drafted Bryce twice, buddy. Where I took him right now, I feel about as gross as you
shit
can
in your pants.
Feel. Oh man.
Yep. There will not be a second time, Adam, where I fight you live on air when you say it's time to sell Bryce Young. Let's just say that.
Well, because here's my question now. What does this do for I'm not calling him T-Mac. Some people do. For Ted.
No. He's kind of like in Malik Neighbors territory. He's going to get fed a fuck ton of targets. Probably the only thing on this whole offense that I was excited about. And he did his thing.
Did he get double digits? He was pretty high. I forget.
He was close.
Exactly.
He was at 9. He was at 9.
Okay. Damn.
Outside of a late garbage time touchdown from Chuba Hubbard, though, all the worries I had about him stick.
The thing is, though, when you look at this game script, I mean, you better throw him. You should have thrown him at least 10 times. I mean, dude, it was really bad for the Panthers offense, honestly. To me, it's just not exciting at all. Chuba Hubbard, though, I guess, listen, if there's something to talk about, it would be how about this? Let me give you a blow-up with no noise. That's what it kind of was like, you know? It worked, but no one heard it. No one heard it. No one saw it, right?
Don't really care. I mean, it was just useless production. He was garbage for most of the game and then caught that unencumbered touchdown pass down the sideline.
Sure. I mean, the thing about it is, though, at least right now, 16 carries to 4 to the other guy. So, at the moment, at least, it's him.
Yep.
Go ahead. What do we need? Oh, Texans, Rams, and we have
Titans, Broncos, pretty terrible debut for Cam Ward. You know, it looked rough for them. Broncos defense brought it. Tony Pollard, ho-hum. You know, he got his 60 yards, led the whole team, though, in carries, right? It's his backfield. Calvin Ridley, when your rookie quarterback doesn't play very well in his debut. I'm not worried about Cam at all, right? Just to put the cart before the horse.
It was Denver too, right? I mean, tough coverage over there. So.
Tough. Bo Nix, sophomore slump, question mark, like CJ Stroud? Because he looked awful.
Do my ears and eyes deceive me? I wasn't sure that we were able to have even a breath of this. I'll just say that, to me, Mike, this is part of the issue with any exciting player in Dynasty. When they start getting really pushed up high, it's like, okay, now you better repeat and do it to a higher degree for your value to stay where it is. I mean, he was getting really high. I'm not worried per se, but it was just not at all what you were looking to see early on, buddy. Was he less than 10 in most scoring formats probably?
Yeah, and he had a 19.3 QBR. He was objectively horrible. Backfield, RJ Harvey had a long run. Yay. Outside of that, they did not fucking use him or want to use him, and it was J.K. Dobbins' backfield. No fucking question.
Can I tell you that because Harvey switched his number and Dobbins just gets no love with cameras. I literally can't find a full frame of either one of these guys yet, so we'll get him next week, okay?
That's fair. Cortland Sutton peppered with targets. Everybody else, including Evan Ingram, highly disappointing.
I was going to say, honestly, Big Ev to me. I think Sutton's been kind of discounted for a few years now, but Big Evan Ingram, man, I was just kind of hoping he would do a little more, honestly.
Yep.
Maybe better days ahead. It was a bad showing, I think, overall.
49ers, Brock Purdy, again, another typical Brock Purdy game with a rabbit's foot up his ass, wins it at the end. But before that, he was not good.
Buddy, I'm prepping a bunch of stuff, and I was, half watching it, and the announcers constantly were just giving him so much shit for some of these throws you're watching, and then all of a sudden they're going crazy at the end. You're like, what the fuck is going on here? But listen, hey, Purdy, I think you'll take it for the situation. I feel like this is interesting for him, though, where – listen, Kittle and CMC obviously still two studs, but this is a very different pass-catching crew at the moment than we've seen in the past for him, right?
Yep. Ricky P, though, did his thing. Let's go.
Sure did.
Let's go, Ricky P.
Where are you at with Ricky P? Because I know you were you're kind of doing the pretty Ricky thing. You're kind of
moving on up, man. Yeah. Moving on up. He's getting the ball down the field too. 7 targets. Just by default, we don't know how long this Kittle hamstring injury is going to linger for too. So. By default, man, Ricky P is in line for a big dynasty value bump.
What is your take right now with Kittle? Are you thinking it's a shorter term thing, or do you think this is going to be?
You hope so.
Multiple?
You praise Brock Purdy praise. right? This offense did not look good at all, right? Christian McCaffrey got a shit ton of touches for a guy whose calf was bothering him just a couple of days ago.
He said he was feeling great.
But he was pretty inefficient. Like, this offense really struggled a lot.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
they sneak out with the win, though.
The thing is with CMC, even last year, now when he was playing banged up and stuff, but it was kind of the same thing. What about Seattle, man? Ugh.
Sam Darnold, mid as fuck. We knew this.
Dude, can you don't? No. I can't. He's not even mid, honestly. I'm sorry.
He's mid to bad. Probably the most discerning one, though. We are team Kenneth Walker over Zach Charbonnet. Seattle said, fuck you guys, and Zach Charbonnet is out here getting all the fucking run. Kenneth Walker barely getting anything.
I was about to say, I don't know if this is because of the it has anything to do with the injury, but if this is a changing of the guard, I'll tell you, I'll stand corrected as far as
Yep.
That's
my
never happened
apologies,
so far. I mean,
my apologies, Sharps.
Mike, I think that we could have expected it to be a little different with the new coaching staff, but not completely switching from what it once was. So,
yep, JSN, Malik Neighbors territory. Let's go. He's just going to get peppered with targets from a shitty quarterback, and everybody else on that passing offense looks horrendous. Cooper Kupp looks dust.
Yeah, it's not really ideal. I don't know. Are you worried about JSN?
No, because he's going to get 13, 14, 15 fucking targets every single game.
Minimum. Yeah.
Minimum.
Dude, I'll tell you who I'm worried about. And people were I don't know, Mike. I've been down this Kenneth Walker road before. This is about as bad as as far as truly stock that I felt like I was unsure about, that I'm currently scared shitless of. I think Kenneth Walker might be at the highest, frankly.
Yep. I'm with you.
Am I crazy for that? Is that a terrible take? All right. Well,
nope.
What a great way and a great note to end getting out of week one.
Well, quickly, I'll give you the last one. Texans, Rams.
Oh, we did not get to that. I got it ready. Let's go.
Puka, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams, all the guys that you want. Matthew Stafford was okay, right? But Puka, Kyron, Devontae Adams, no questions about him. Highly questionable anybody else on this offense. Remember when we were going to have a Jarquez Hunter signing? You know, this was different. This was going to be a different year. They were going to use him. They need his explosiveness.
It was different. Yeah. It was a different name. It was all the same, though. Okay.
Right. Or Blake Corum finally this year was going to do something. No, it's still Kyron Williams until you get told otherwise. Don't believe any of the other bullshit. And then the passing offense, it runs through Puka, and then it runs through Devontae Adams, and Matt Stafford is going to do enough to find those guys. There's your whole Rams fucking offense in a nutshell.
You know what's crazy, Mike, is you could have legitimately for the last 2, if not 3 off seasons now, just bought a dip on a productive player, and the next year, use the production and then buy the dip again. Obviously, as a running back, you get hurt, but there's just literally no one else that is going to be anywhere near relevant at all. Legitimately not at all. I mean,
nice.
they used Blake. They used a day 2 pick on Blake Corum. This guy can't see the field, basically. So,
and then I'd be shitting my pants if I have Texans stock, right?
Okay.
I'm not super panicked on Nico Collins, but if this offensive line cannot protect C.J. Stroud, this is going to be a fucking disaster. And they could not protect C.J. Stroud.
This is becoming a unpopular, unfun, but real, continual thing that we see happen, man. It's different than the rookie season. It's not fun when you're getting fucking pressured all day long.
And the question of who is going to step up opposite of Nico Collins remains to be fucking seen, man. It wasn't Jalen Noel.
I'm not sure it's
kind
anybody.
of make a case for Jaden Higgins.
I still want Higgins, yeah.
Right. All I know, Dalton Schultz, a warp tight end, right? You might get some out of there. That's about it.
You mean this guy? Listen. We just let you run the show.
5 targets, baby.
Let's go.
5 targets.
This is all right. Now we're worried about Kenneth Walker, and just listen. Get yourself the A-Warp tight end, Dalton Schultz, baby. This is what fantasy football, dynasty fantasy football is all about. We appreciate everyone in here, especially our new subscriber. Or I'm sure it's not a subscriber, but we appreciate everyone tapping in. Make sure you go check out all the stuff we're doing on a weekly basis now. Start shit on the Redraft channel. Every single Wednesday, we're going to be doing some giveaways, some drawings with some merch. plus answering all your questions for all your dynasty teams. I know after all the shit that we just talked about this week, Mike, we're going to be getting some questions out of left field and probably for some 10-team leagues. So strap in, buddy. You ready to go?
Ready to rock. Ready to go watch this Ravens game. 10-7 Ravens. So
it's a good one.
Listen, went a little long, but it was the first one. We'll get this shit ironed out.
The thing is, Mike, the first couple always do if we try to get through all the games because we have no buys yet. When we start getting to buys and that, it's a little easier. So
goes a little faster.
And we also had, I mean, how many players did we not expect to talk about? Mike, I'm pretty sure I made 10 new holograms and couldn't make enough today. Like it was a lot of out of left field fucking plays today. So
yep,
we'll get it ironed out. We appreciate you. We'll see you back here same time, same place next week for week 2 recap. We're out of here. Peace.